Good morning, you motherfuckers. DeSci is what we're talking about today. Welcome into today's live stream. I'm very excited. I have a few things I want to show you and a few things I think are important to highlight so you understand where the current market is for DeSci and overall broadened crypto market. You can see right here today that Bitcoin is in fact higher than it was when I started streaming again. Therefore, the Patrick or the That Investor live stream effect is in play still. I'm very excited. I hope this plays out so I can have a little bit of bragging rights, as if you guys remember, I stopped streaming back here and I continued to pick up my streaming right here. And so the market chopped sideways for about 6 months while I took my hiatus traveling the world, trying to spread the good word, spread the gospel of decentralized science. But we're back, baby. We're locked in. We're ready to go. I have not been this busy in a very long time, pumping out the content, trying to shill as many decentralized science projects as humanly possible. The good ones, of course, not all the bad ones. As you come in today, I want you to hit that like button and leave some comments. I'm still on that single monitor gang, so I have my phone chilling here next to me and I am ready to go to read the comments from the live stream as they roll in. Now, this morning, as I was staring into the sun, waiting for Andrew Huberman to respond to my requests for him to acknowledge decentralized science, I was bookmarking several different things on X I saw around decentralized science that I want to highlight to you guys and just have some open discussions about. I pulled up Bitcoin's price. I pulled up Nobleblocks' price. We're up 3.25% today, baby. We are so back. We are so back. I'm just playing. But this is the first thing that I pulled up here today that I wanted to kind of go over with you guys. It's the updated DeSci sector map as it pertains to On-Chain Foundation. Now, On-Chain Foundation is a relatively small account, but I've seen them focusing and sleuthing around the world of DeSci quite frequently. And they put together, after researching 60 different DeSci projects, a list of 34 that they view are worthy to have on your watch list. And I'm gonna say I can't really argue with them that much on the projects that are doing things in the space that are worthy of having. So let's just stare at it for a second as we acknowledge the gloriousness of Nobleblocks being on this list. And they make it on every single list. They make it on every single list. What's going on? Oh man, no. What's going on, MK? Good morning. Happy to have you guys here. I'm excited. Today is a good day. Today is Thursday, correct? Thursday, August 22nd. For some reason, my computer still believes I'm overseas despite never having brought this computer overseas, so I'm kind of confused as to why they put the days before the months. I don't like it. I can also point out very quickly that when I'm doing things on my calculator, which I do all the time, they do decimals instead of commas, and that just infuriates me. For no reason, it just infuriates me. I will eventually change it over, but it's on the lowest rung in my priority list right now. But let's take a look. So the longevity space right now has Rejuve AI, VitaDAO, and Jenny Co. Now we've talked about all of these. I've seen Jenny Co. I've not really done any super in-depth research on them. I would say the winner in this category is VitaDAO. For genomics, we have Genomes DAO, GenomeFi, and GeneBank.io. I've not looked into GenomeFi or GeneBank.io, so I will have to say that I think Genomes DAO is the winner of this category right here. But thank you for pointing out these two new projects that we can take a look into and see what they've been up to, see if they've been competing and keeping up with Genomes DAO. As far as the general DeSci, we have Hippocrat, Galleon, CTI, Valley DAO, Cure DAO, Lab DAO, BioXYZ, and Pharma Ledger. I think the winner out of this category is going to have to be BioXYZ, although I'm a huge fan of Valley DAO and Hippocrat. It's just BioXYZ's that index fund-esque DeSci project. Now, data marketplace, Amino Chain, Amidas, Data Lake, Axon. What is that? Calavade, Molecule, and Wellshare Health. I will be completely sincere with you guys. This is probably the hardest pick for me out of all of them because I love Amino Chain. Amidas is okay. Data Lake's doing great. Axon's doing wonderful. I've not heard of this project before, Calavade. Molecule's doing great, and Wellshare Health is doing fantastic. Although Wellshare Health has not really begun to make its mark so much as the other projects, I still think it's got huge potential. Oh man, I'm curious what you guys think. Which of these in the data marketplace are you most bullish on? Which one do you think is going to do the best and have the most impact in the entire DeSci sector? Good morning, C90 FTW. Happy to have you here, my guy. Happy to have you here. Remember the first intro you had to me on the blockchain basement? The good old days, months and months and months ago. Almost like not a year ago, but we're getting pretty close up to that 1 year anniversary. Getting pretty close up there. It was a fun time being on the basement. Yes, sir. Let's go. You were one of the main people I saw spamming in their chat, and then you came over here and started spamming in my chat, and I'm touched. Amino chain works pretty closely, I believe, with Molecule. I saw them first at the Berlin conference that Molecule hosted, the little party that they had. Data Lake and Axon work pretty closely. Data Lake works with everyone. Axon works with everyone. I think Axon's really a solid play here. WellShare Health, I mean, I just think that they're set up to do really well. We'll see how they actually turn out as time progresses. But I think if I had to pinpoint these, it would be Molecule on the top here. Just being objective, I think they have the most ecosystem, the most healthy ecosystem. Spamming. Mods, get this guy out of here. Mods! I don't even think we have any mods in the chat right now. Get him out of here. He's spamming the hell out of the chat. He is 50% of the chat right now. What the hell? Did I even like my own live stream yet? I did. Okay, good. Molecule followed by Axon paired with Data Lake and then Amino Chain, I think. All right, next one up. Also, good morning, Zach. Good morning. Specialized. We got Hair DAO, Athena DAO, Cerebrum DAO, and Asterix DAO. I've never looked into Asterix DAO before, so that's something I think we need to put on a list of researching. If you guys want to do the researching, I would greatly appreciate it because I'm out here making a ton of content. So if you guys could research them and put it into the Discord, that would be the most optimal way for me to actually get word out, right? Or even the new Telegram chat that I created, DeSci Shillers. Print is a reliable project. I think so. We just hit 20 members. I've not really been shilling DeSci Shillers. I want to keep this as close to the heart as I can with you guys so that it's not bombarded with people who don't give a shit about DeSci. I might even do rounds of cleaning for people who are inactive in this because I want it to be a nice group of people that are actually dedicated. Like if we could coordinate DeSci raids, I think that would be a huge benefit to the overall DeSci market. If we went on to different Telegram groups and just started talking about DeSci together and not even mentioning any specific projects, but just started shilling DeSci as a whole, I think it'd be kind of hilarious and actually do really well for the marketing efforts as it pertains to every DeSci project. As far as the specialized ones, I'm going to have to put either Hair DAO or Athena DAO here at the top. Cerebrum DAO, I think, has a lot of cool things going for it that will probably propel it to the top, but Hair DAO already has stuff out there, and Athena DAO I think just has some very, very dedicated people in there. Now, publishing platforms, I don't even think we have to go through anything. Obviously, you guys know I love Noble Blocks, so I'm gonna have to put my money here on Noble Blocks, as I already have. It's literally 50% of my overall crypto portfolio. Research Hub, I think, is probably going to get the highest market cap because it's got Brian Armstrong. But I think Noble Blocks has got the best potential here to really explode into something that no one's expecting. Preprints, Psy NFT, DeSci Labs, Etika, they're solid, but Noble Blocks takes that crown. Now, DAOs, I've not heard of Jocelyn. We got Beaker DAO and DeSci World. I've not really seen too many things come out of DeSci World, and Beaker DAO is just kind of listed on every partnership out there. So I'm gonna have to put Beaker DAO on the top here. Infrastructure, OpSci, and Bloxburg. Never heard of Bloxburg, so OpSci is gonna have to take the win there. This is cool. This is a very comprehensive list that I've not been privy to. DPIN AI for Science, Origin Trail, Dynex, Nuco Cloud, Bion C, and RMDSAI. Dynex, you know, I love Dynex. So that takes the crown here. But I would say there's a third of the projects on this that I've never heard of. So this was a good list. Shout out on-chain. Appreciate the research, you guys. Appreciate the research. All right, next up, I wanted to just talk about the DeSci summit that's coming on, but I think I might save those because I want to go through the market and kind of run down the current state of decentralized science for everyone. So let's go to CoinGecko. Also just have a nice little intro. I already finished my coffee for the day, so I don't have coffee to be sipping on. DeSci's up 5.26% today. So basically, we're back. What's the top mover on the day? We got Research Coin, top mover, followed by Galleon, Origin, Rejuve, Noble Blocks, Genomes, DAO, Hippocrat, Cryo. Everything is pretty much up for the day except for Amex and Valley DAO, RIP Valley. But we're doing good. It's not a crazy rebound day, but we are in fact moving, which means that the market is coming back to life just a little bit here. So let's keep that momentum going. Let's keep it running. Everyone's saying hi to C90. Let's go. You're a little celebrity here. Oh, it's because you said hello to them first. I see. Heard to keep up with all the plays. Not enough time in the day. Repost. I would retweet that. Not enough time in the day is so valid. I do not have enough time to keep up with everything, but I'm doing my best. Making the content really forces me to keep up with as much of it as possible, and so it's good. We're good here. But this is Noble Blocks, guys. I got nothing really new to talk about when it comes to Noble Blocks. We're still just waiting patiently for the market to take its turn upwards. I do think that once we see, and I go over it every single time, but we're ultimately just waiting for a catalyst. I'm hoping we can be that catalyst, but it might take until October before we see any crazy momentum. One thing I did want to bring up was Apollo Algo. And I'm trying to find that graphic from Apollo Algo from a while ago, which showcased what I think will be a crazy... Yeah, so he blocked it out. That motherfucker. So this Apollo Algo is something that Default Trades created. It's an AI that predicts volatility in the markets. It can't predict direction, and there's usually a 24-hour buffer on either side of the volatility that it predicts. And he releases screenshots occasionally, but it's not really been, because you have to pay for access to this, he blocks out upcoming dates. But I want to showcase to you guys, the higher the volatility variance score, the more likely it is to be an extremely volatile day in the market. And so this is for Bitcoin overall, but as you know, Bitcoin's 50 something, 60% of the market. And so it really dictates the entire market. But on August 4th, there is a 12 volatile variance on the day. So if we go to August 4th, it's literally right here. So we predicted a 12 for volatility on this day. And there's a 24-hour buffer, so the day before and the day after can have that volatility. But the AI predicted this move to the downside, which was, you guys remember how catastrophic of a day that was, yeah? In that 24-hour period, plus or minus, right? Bitcoin went down by 20%. So on a variance of 12, Bitcoin went down by 20% on that plus or minus 24-hour period. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying here? Let me know in the chat if you're following what I'm saying or if I need to explain it a little bit better. I took a stimulant, so my brain's running on overdrive already. Follow along, sir. You live again helps the process. Let's go. That's what I'm here for. I'm really just here to help digest as much information as possible. Hence why the video I made yesterday was literally just me reading an article to you guys so that everyone could understand. And I gave a little bit of my input onto it as well, but for Axon. Didn't get crazy views, but that's okay because the people who do watch it are getting valuable information. And so it was literally just 11 minutes of me talking about what Axon was talking about when it came to the future of healthcare in decentralized science. So you're following along. Let's go. So I don't remember the exact date. I think it was like the 24th or the 28th. I don't remember, but both of those days sound good to me. The variance, the volatility variance for the end of August, sometime in the next week, was a 16. Which I believe was the highest volatility variance the AI has printed in its entire existence, because Default, when I was with him last week, I think, was kind of freaking out about it, about how high of a volatility variance it was. This is an extremely high volatile day coming up in sometime next week, either Saturday plus or minus a day or Wednesday plus or minus a day. Okay. So sometime in the next 7 days, we are having the most volatile day that this AI has ever predicted. And it's scary accurate in how it predicts the variances. Okay. Now, we don't know if it's going to be to the upside or the downside, but if we take this, which was a 12, and had a combined movement of 20%, and we're increasing the volatility variance by, what is that, 40%, 30%? A 12 to a 16 is 4, so we're increasing it by 33%. I don't know that it will have a increase to the percent change by 33%, but let's just say it did. 33% of 20% is 7%, a little bit under 7%. So we could have a 27% up or downward move. If this was a downward move from the current price of 27%, we would see a wick down to $44,000 for Bitcoin. Now, my gut is telling me we're going to have the volatile event to the upside because I came back streaming. A 27% move to the upside sends us back to all-time highs. So it is very possible that in the coming 7 days, we see Bitcoin break above its all-time high again. There's someone walking their dog outside. I wonder if they know they're missing out on generational wealth because she doesn't know anything about crypto. She might know stuff about crypto. She could know more than all of us, but based off of me judging her, she probably doesn't know that we're about to make generational wealth here in the cryptoverse. And so if this AI, which is scary accurate for volatility, predicts movements in the market of a 16 variance, I'm thinking that Bitcoin, at the very least here, breaks above this upper band that we've had. I think either way it breaks out of this. Hopefully it's to the upside. Let's pray and hope to the upside. Moment of silence for the upside, please, for the love of God. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this? I'm watching myself in the... I thought I froze on the screen. What's the 27% down if we bear this thing down? Now, I'm kind of just guessing on the 27% down, but I'm extrapolating out a little bit of the data. So if we stay right here and have a 3-day period of 27% downward momentum in the market, that puts us down at 44,000. Is there any kind of support that would put us there? Let's pull up the moving averages ribbon. Am I paying for TradingView? How come I have multiple things on TradingView? I thought I could only have one. Am I paying for TradingView? Maybe. What is that website that we used to use to show the open interest for Bitcoin? Do you guys remember that website we used to use? Josh uses it a lot. It shows the open interest for Bitcoin at certain price areas. Or the indicator. You guys got to help me out here. Pucker, but that's possible. It is possible. It puts us down actually right at at one of these support lines that I've drawn a while ago. Let's go to the weekly chart and see what kind of moving averages are down there. God, please don't put us down to this one. Please, for the love of God, don't put us down to that. But that wick would be right around where we peaked out in the last little rally back in December of last year. So if we went down and found support down there, that would be painful, but it's not off the table. It is definitely not. Not liquidations. The funding rate better be positive. It is positive. I don't want to see this thing flips short. You guys don't remember, huh? I don't remember either. I used to have it bookmarked. These are extensions. Why is that bookmarked? Did you guys just see that? No, you didn't. Please don't see that. I did not do that. My entire career is flashing before my eyes right now. All right, moving on. 45,000 is right down here. The 27% move to the upside, which I hope is what happens over the next week, puts us up back at 78,000. I think at the very least, at the end of next week, we break out of this range that we've been in. All right. I don't remember what I had rest of the thing. Okay, here we go. That threw me off a lot. Why is that bookmarked? The researchers found that 24 of the brain samples which were collected in early 2024 measured on average 0.5% plastic by weight. That is astronomical. That is astronomical. 0.5% plastic by weight. Eddie, it's actually worse than that because that was not just something I've searched, that was something that was bookmarked on my computer. Now, I don't know why that would ever be bookmarked on my computer, which means somebody's trolling me. I'm not saying nothing. Bruh. This actually kind of terrifies me, and it should probably terrify everyone because what we're finding with microplastics is that it is ubiquitous across everything that we ingest. And now a microplastic is 0.5 millimeters or smaller, which is the size of an eraser. 5 millimeters, 5 millimeters is the size of an eraser, and a microplastic is categorized as anything smaller than 5 millimeters. So they're finding particles of plastic that can be up to 5 millimeters. Otherwise, they wouldn't be calling it microplastics. They'd be calling it like nanoplastics. So these things are actually large pieces of plastic that are being found in people's brains, in people's knees, in people's livers, in people's kidneys, in people's bones, in people's balls, in people's literally everything. Every part of the body now has contained microplastics. And it's got to be bad. It cannot be good for us. It's in the air. I did a whole video on TikTok about it. It's in the air. It's in the water we drink. It's in the food we eat. It's in the beverages we consume. It's everywhere. And it's wreaking havoc upon the human body. They're finding correlations to oxidative stress, cardiovascular disease, fertility issues, impaired learning and memory. I saw something talking about Alzheimer's patients when they did a survey, and actually after people died with dementia or Alzheimer's did autopsies of the brain, they found elevated levels of microplastics within them. This is not something that can really go ignored. And because plastic has such a long time to decay, it's taking a huge amount of time for, it's not possible. It doesn't decay in our lifetime, which means all we're doing is accumulating more and more and more. And it's becoming exponential. I read through the article and I wish I highlighted parts of it, but they're finding a massive increase from the time of 2016. Yeah. 2024 samples are about 50% higher from the total in samples that dated to 2016. So a lot of these are small case studies, so there is some room for variances. But basically what I'm trying to say is when plastic Dow, who's going to make plastic Dow and figure out a way for us to get rid of the amount of plastic in our brains? As you guys come into this live stream, I see we're at 12 now, but we're at 7 likes. Please hit that like button as you come through the live stream. We're talking about decentralized science. We're going over the state of the market, and we're talking about microplastics in the human body. Microplastics are our generation's new lead paint. It's our generation's asbestos. It's our generation's fill in the blank. It's not going to be good. And it's not just our generation, it's literally everyone on the planet who's eating any kind of processed or packaged food, or drinking unfiltered or unpurified water, or breathing the air. Yeah. Microplastics in the air. I mean, this is sponsored post still, but Yale, E360. Microplastics are filling the skies. Will they affect the climate? I don't care about the climate. I care about my own body. They're literally floating through the air right now. They arrive via rainfall or snowfall. It's bad. The people who invented plastics all those decades ago, who were very proud of the innovations that transformed society in many ways, I doubt they that plastics were going to end up floating in the atmosphere and potentially influencing the global climate system. This actually reminds me very much so of the man who invented the refrigerator and the antifreeze that he used in the first refrigerator being the most detrimental thing that's ever hit the environment in the entire history of humans. Literally, the refrigerator. Maybe on par. I bet somebody could probably put an argument together that the nuclear tests that we did in the ozone probably were a little bit more impactful. But aside from that, the refrigerator has been one of the worst things you could do. Crazy. Plastic Dow got to be created by Nip Tuck. What? Flying cars in 2020, they said, instead microplastics in the balls. I know. It's actually pretty bad. Envisaged? Verb. Contemplate or conceive of as a possibility or desirable future event. All right, there's your word for the day. I also just got a notification stating that RFK was going to drop out of the race soon. Isn't he talking today or tomorrow or something? No, it was Saturday. He's talking Saturday. Alex Jones, as I predicted yesterday, RFK Jr. will drop out of this race on Friday and endorse President Trump in a national address streamed to all major platforms. If he streams this on X, it's going to get like 10 million views, like live. His debate got like I think it was more than like 4 million views concurrent, which is nutty. But him dropping out and endorsing Trump is guaranteeing Trump the victory. Hopefully somebody starts doing something about the microplastics, but I doubt it. We're just going to have to suffer. That's not what I wanted to click on again. The other thing, and the final piece of news I had for the day, or thing I wanted to talk about for the day, was VitaDAO's DeSci Summit in Singapore, which is happening next month. So far, they already have 400 people signed up to attend. 400 applications and counting. DeSci's coming in hot. Token 2049. Are you accelerating, Anon? This is pretty good, actually. 400 people and we're still a month out is amazing. I'm very excited for them to have success there. I'm hoping I can find someone to fly me out to Singapore. Otherwise, I'm not going. And I wouldn't even mind not going, to be honest. I've traveled far too much. But they were asking me, funny enough, to see if I could find a sponsor for a DeSci rave, which would be hilarious. Hilarious to see these guys. There was one in Berlin, but we have plastic islands in our ocean. Yeah, we do. The fast-paced life where we live forces us to use this stuff for convenience. Yeah, I am very much opposed to using plastic now. After researching more and more about the plastics and the microplastics, I'm over it. I'm trying to use just glass. This is glass. I know it sounds like plastic, but it's glass. I'm trying to store all my food in glass. I do not microwave in glass. I drink filtered water. I try not to eat things that come out of plastic, but unfortunately, it's impossible, especially given that plastic is in the air we breathe. We're fucked. I know there's a bacteria that can digest plastic, but I'm curious what other components in our body are too similar to plastic that would get destroyed. So the bacteria is from beehives because it decomposes beehive wax, and that is similar to plastic. And so they found that the bacteria can actually decompose plastic as well. But the human body relies a lot on wax. And so I'm curious, in our ears, in our pores, in our body, as a lubricant and everything, I'm curious if we were to use that bacteria in our body to deconstruct the plastic, if it would also deconstruct like our joints and stuff like that, if it could impact cartilage. How to remove microplastics in body. Because if it's passing the blood-brain barrier, we're cooked. Add organic and fresh foods. That's not going to remove anything. Engage in physical activities to stimulate sweating. Okay. All right. Sweat it out through the pores. Breathing exercise in your training routine. I do that every single night. Increase your fiber intake so we can poop it out. I don't think it's going to get anything out of my brain. Consume detoxification supplements. Your body detoxifies toxins from plastic ingestions, mainly through kidneys and liver. However, certain supplements work as plastic detoxifier to reduce pressure from these organs. Supplements such as vitamin C, glutathione, and NAC, acetylcysteine, contains antioxidant properties which counteract the adverse effects caused by plastics and their pollutants. Minimize your plastic consumption. So basically, there is nothing we can do. Okay, cool. That's all the news I had. So what do you guys want to chat about? Do you want to continue panicking about microplastics? Do you want to start talking about the crypto markets? Do you want to go over specific projects? What is on everyone's mind on this fine Thursday morning? Hopefully you guys are ready to go. Hopefully you guys are excited about what is to come. I can also talk about block solutions if you guys are interested. If you guys are curious to learn anything about this glorious platform, which doesn't look like anything right now, but it is a functional block explorer. So the MVP basically is what we released. It is functioning, and it was a proof of concept so that we could get things moving. The update that's coming October 1st is actually going to change the industry from how I see it. There's a cat at the door, a kitty cat. And I'm advocating for you guys to become shillers of this. So far, I have 136 referrals, all right? 60 direct, 76 indirect, which means people are starting to refer it outside of just me. I'm telling you right now, you want to take this referral system serious. I'm telling you right now that this is going to be a platform that you see almost all of the live stream people online. All of the crypto influencers are going to be getting hooked up with their own referral systems. And so if you want to front run them on the social status that comes with utilizing block solutions, I would definitely come and start playing around here a little bit. Start getting familiar with it. It is going to change the look a little bit very soon, but oh man, no. Need to get back to work. See you guys. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. You are a fantastic individual. I just had to replace my microwave since it was old from the 2000s and died. The new microwave killed my plant that was like a foot away within a month of use. That's actually crazy, C90. That's actually crazy. You know, for about 2 years, I didn't even have a microwave. I got a microwave now, but I do my best not to use it. I like to use a pan on the stove that we have. However, I'm sure the pan's got some Teflon, so it probably got some things in it that's not good for you anyways. It seems like everything is inevitable. But you guys have any questions about block solutions? I got 120 points here, but I got 49,536 points here. It seems kind of sus, doesn't it? Are there two types of points that you can earn? You guys want to hear my experience as it pertains to being the CEO of a tech startup? Is Blocks going to integrate with that JJ Shubaduki thing? No, we have no plans on making any integrations or partnerships at this given moment. Now, I'm teetering the line of talking openly about everything and keeping things close to the chest because I don't want people swooping in and creating the same project or the same product that we're trying to make. There are products out there that are very similar, but the vision for Blocks is a lot larger than anyone else has even considered. What I have planned for Block Solutions is going to actually make some waves in the entire industry and in the financial markets as well. Like what I have planned for Block Solutions over the next 5 to 10 years, it's not going to happen overnight, but what I have planned for this company is going to be so much fun to watch unfold. So much fun. And I want to make it so that everyone benefits from it, not just the people who are part of the company, not just the people who are at the top of XYZ or just myself. What I have planned for this thing is going to benefit everyone. Hi, Patrick. Welcome to Blocks, the latest blockchain analytics tool. I really have to go to the bathroom, so I think I'm going to step away for a second to go to the bathroom. You guys can take a look at something. Wait here, please. Look at this beautiful picture of a cat with frog in its mouth. I'll be back in 10 seconds. You guys are gonna stinking have to mute myself. Maybe I won't. Just don't listen. Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? I know the answer is yes. I should have played a video, but I don't think I have the audio hooked up yet. You say great that we're not going to integrate with Shubaduki? Yeah, no meme coin integration for Block Solutions. No meme coin integration. We get that. Keep the IP close to the chest as long as you needed to. 2 out of 3 of my 9 to 5 is product development and protecting that IP, so we get it. All right, bet. Good. Good. We will share the roadmap eventually, but probably not until October when we launch the fully integrated version of Block Solutions. But right now, yeah, it effectively is a portfolio tracker, but it doesn't just have to be your portfolio. You'll be able to integrate it to watch other people's portfolios and track them just as closely as your own, even having a little scroll wheel of NFTs, which opens the doors to just literally anything you can imagine. Quite literally any product you can imagine can be integrated into Blocks. So excited. Day 3 of staring into the sun, waiting for Andrew Huberman to acknowledge the DeSci space. I look a little deranged, almost like I have plastic in my brains. Hey, I made a rhyme. October is less than 2 months away. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I cannot wait for Uptober. I cannot wait for Uptober. All right. That's, for the most part, that's everything I got. So unless you guys have anything you'd like to discuss, anything we want to talk about as it pertains to literally anything in the market. We could talk about the fact that our government's been lying to us, but everyone here knows that already. Literally everyone here already knows that the government's been lying to us about the job data. 800,000 jobs overestimated by. They knew that they were making stuff up. They just wanted to make it look good going to the election year. But now all of a sudden, right before the election, they had to revise it all down. Terrible for the existing president. Terrible for the existing House. Phenomenal for Trump. Same with the RFK dropout and promotion of Trump. If that does happen tomorrow, that's going to be phenomenal. And we all know that doesn't matter who becomes president because they're just going to print money regardless. But Trump is going to be a little bit better for our bags than Kamala. So I would prefer Trump. Also, I think he'll just be better on the border and better on international relations and blah, 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 blah. Obviously, we're not a huge political page, but I do dabble my toe into the sphere. And I'm working really diligently now that we're about to be in session again. I'm trying to get together people who want to help sponsor a DAO bill for Florida so that we can get DAO legislation in Florida so that we can continue to work and integrate things within the Florida legislature. Right now, there's a crypto package that's being put together in the state of Florida to help regulations and help just promote crypto and Web3 in the state. But I think they excluded the DAO bill, which is not good for me. I want the DAO bill to pass. And so I think I have to go find people who also want the DAO bill to pass in Florida and start sponsoring it and start getting politicians to sponsor it rather. And that costs money. At the end of the day, your vote counts, but not really. Your dollar counts. And the only way you can get things passed and actually implemented is by paying these people off. There's that lady who doesn't know that crypto is about to become a mainstream thing. She doesn't know that we're making Jenny wealth. Big Perry created a smaller version of what you are hinting at on Cardano called Atrium Labs. Not saying you're the same though. He created with wallets for multiple basket staking. Atrium Labs. Not now. That's cool. There's a lot of competitors to blocks. It's just none of them are doing exactly what we have envisioned. None of them are really true competitors. They all are feature sets of blocks. They are all simply feature sets of blocks. The only problem is, in order to build out each of the features, it's going to take millions of dollars. And so while I think for block solutions, assuming we have the next year of runway for mass adoption and a lot of people onboarding into block solutions and into crypto, I'm assuming the next year for my projections. So we'll be able to build out a lot of cool feature sets in the next year and hopefully raise enough money to, through the next bear market, build out all of the tool sets that we have visioned for block solutions. Over the next bear market, so I'm assuming through 2027 and into the next bull run, we will lay a foundation that sets blocks apart from literally everything else. Next bull run, I think we'll have one of the most insane runs for block solutions in existence. We will see what happens. It's going to take a lot of effort, and maybe what I'll leave you on is maybe, just maybe, at the peak of next bull run, 2029, might be able to IPO block solutions onto the stock market right there next to Coinbase. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. I appreciate you guys sticking through with me. This was a fun live stream. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Go hop over to the Discord. I want to chat with you guys for a little bit.